Little bonus piece of content for you guys this Sunday, extra. Vlogs normally Monday through Friday, if folks don't know, but time to time we have something a little extra on the weekends. I wish this one were a little bit more celebratory. A year ago, we had the opportunity to go and help a family who the husband had come down with cancer and they were getting behind on their homestead. In this video, I'm going to show you that, where we went and helped them, where we vlogged that, but we were so inspired by them and their story, and we just wanted to share it with the world and help them. We ended up doing a whole episode of Rooted, our TV show, on them. And I'm going to show that too, all here. I want you to meet the McLambs. I want you to meet a typical family inside this community. Here's the vlog. We've got a trailer full of plants and labor and lots of surprises for a fellow homesteading family who dad has got cancer and they could use a little bit of a boost. They know we're bringing plants, not that many plants. They know we're bringing meat chickens, but probably not. Probably don't know we're bringing 4 boxes. They know we're filming for our TV show Rooted. They do not know we're bringing Ben and Meg Holler, Jason and Lorraine Contreras, and Farm Life Outfitters. Mega surprise. Speaking of the devil. How's it going? And lastly, they have no idea that we're gonna shout out their GoFundMe. Oh, look at there. What and all you got up there, Ben? You got Stark Brother trees, tools,
work boots. We're ready. Boys ready.
Boy, we're gonna get a lot of work done. Hey, what's their GoFundMe at right now? Okay, 7,500. What do they want? What's their goal?
Their goal is 30.
They've got 7,500 raised.
I think we can help that.
You know that's not gonna do it.
No.
You've got cancer, you're cutting back, you might have to cut back work.
It's gonna be a lot.
We got the call. They're ready for us. Becca's gonna put Henry back in.
Okay.
You ready to do this?
Sure.
Big surprise. Christina?
Yes.
Beautiful farm here, beautiful little homestead. You know, you're a helpable person because this is not bad.
Okay, good.
And this is something that we can come in and make a big difference in a little amount of time. So you've, like I'm saying, you've planted plants here, there, some here. You know, maybe there's one there that, you know, we could fill up.
Yep.
We've got a bunch of plants. We could fill up anything you need.
Yeah.
A little bit of work on the chicken, you know, putting in you were talking about putting in wood chips.
Carbonaceous diaper.
There you go.
Yes.
You're learning well. But listen, Jonah, bring me my phone because I think this is a lot. So I'm just gonna. Do you mind if I text some friends to come help?
Oh no.
Okay. What about your chicken fence? You happy with that?
I need to, like, we need to tighten it up a little bit, but I'm not really sure the best way to go about doing that.
I saw a chicken getting up on the thing. Do you want us to clip wings?
They are clipped.
Oh.
They are clipped.
Yeah.
So in October, Nick got really sick. He was like really sick, really lethargic, and I said, you know, maybe we should go to the doctor. And he's like, I think I should just sleep it off. No, we need to go to the doctor. They immediately got him on antibiotics and all this stuff. They did a bunch of imaging and they said that your liver looks weird. They found out that it was actually colon cancer that had spread to his liver. They ended up needing to remove part of his colon, the left lobe of his liver, and his gallbladder, because they said the bile duct was probably already contaminated. So at this point, we are waiting for scans that are going to happen in June.
What did it do to the homesteading when he came down with this?
As soon as they had said, hey, this is cancer, I was like, we need to downsize because I can't. I couldn't. It was so much.
The friends are here.
Oh my, did you have them like on stand?
Who?
Your friends. Because they all showed up so
I got
fast.
friends in all kinds of places.
Oh my god.
Can I shake his hand?
Oh my god.
Let's go get them on form or let's get to work.
Oh my gosh.
Come on up, guys. They've got this berry patch here. We can trim up around the berry. We got the string trimmers. Be careful. She does want to revive this one. Support it. So be careful with the blackberry bush there.
You have a lot of kids.
We can string trim along the fences. If they want, we can mow over here. You said you had a mower?
Yeah, I do have a
Jonah
mower.
can use. So we got mowers, string trimmers. If you guys want to come this way, we'll look at the garden. String trim and mow along the fence. We're basically keeping on this side of the house. Maybe string trim along the house. And then the chickens. She's got the nipple water on one of these buckets.
Nice.
That's why I had to call in help, Christina. I don't know.
He doesn't do
Jason, what?
You don't do nipple water.
Jason knows all about those, so. I don't know if you want it, because you might be happy with that, but we do have a brand new Premier One electric fence if you want.
I would.
With Energizer.
I would. Oh my gosh.
Ready to go.
You guys.
So we could pull that down and replace it with that if you'd like.
That would be. You guys. So much.
What do you have there?
Your doctor.
Nice. So you surprised or what?
Oh my gosh, you guys totally like caught me off guard. Like, we're gonna call in some friends, and I'm like, we live like really far away from everything, so okay.
You guys want to show me the chicks?
You can pet one too.
This is nice. You got a nice outdoor brooder.
Thank you.
This is good.
It.
This is good.
Let's get them some water while we're here, huh?
Jonah, will you catch us some water in that? Thank you. Yes, thank you.
She's a cute little
All right.
Wes.
You've named them all?
Yeah.
Are they gonna lay eggs for you?
Wes, come over.
Is that what these guys are?
Wes.
Yep.
This one is a girl.
Okay. Thank you, Jonah, for getting that. We got boys weeding bushes. Let's see what's gonna happen here. Let's see the transformation. There's some grass around the bushes. We got grasses around the little trees. This, I think, is where we're gonna see most of the transformation. We can easily string trim along these beds. We can easily plant them. Let's do it. Before, hopefully I remember to come, stand about right here and do an after. This is like Homesteader's dream come true. You got the Homestead dream team here, just going to town working, going at it. Jason is working on their nipple water. I'm gonna look in their chicken pen. They've got some wood chips to come in here, which is good. It'll absorb their manure. I'm gonna make sure they want to remove this. We have a Premier One that we can put around that they've gifted us. Thank you, Premier One. You get out over here too, don't you? All the chickens are the same. Always one getting out. Looks like they've had this up to keep the birds in. We could tack that up. Jason, I guess we're on chicken duty. We've got some T-posts here. I'm kind of thinking we're gonna fortify this fence instead of replace it. If I could get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, at least 5. That's probably 5 in there. And any more you got, we'll take as many as we can get. Okay, this is their breakfast posse. So this is their compost corner, really. They throw the vegetables in here, and then they're gonna build up compost in here. So I think priority is to get their diaper on. Let's get the wood chips over here. I was in the middle of doing the chickens. Boy, these guys have got it looking good. I just realized we should probably give them the chicken because it's hot out here and those are gonna start melting. Not one, but 4 boxes of all organic chicken right here.
Oh my gosh.
Organic chicken?
Yeah.
Are they alive?
Meaning organic chicken from the hauler.
Whoa. I'm so excited.
Are they alive?
No.
This is the best kind of chicken. It's ready to be cooked.
Wow.
Can you carry that?
They've got the plants out, ready to go. Adam from Farm Life Outfitters, you got it looking good?
Yeah.
Any problems?
What's that?
You're just getting with it.
That's right. Get it done.
You act like you have string trimming experience.
A little bit.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We got the right man for the right job.
Yeah. It's funny, I was just thinking I don't do all this in my house. That's why we have sheep.
This house looks better than
That's
ours.
right, yeah.
You can walk through here. Great. But I'm telling you, this is fixing to be jammed out with plants. Back to chicken duty. Where else for the apron wearing permaculture chicken ninja master?
This is just a little piece of cattle panel with some, I think it's blackberries.
This is cattle panel T-post farming right here.
Yep.
It's really all you need.
It's where I'm at right now.
This is up your alley, buddy.
Yeah.
That's neat. That's a trellis for your raspberry.
Stark Brothers gave us 4 trees,
Nice.
so we're gonna plant
I think we have 3 apple trees and a pear tree.
Okay.
So that's what we're going to stick in the ground.
Nice. I'm about to get some T-posts and put them in between the current T-posts just to reinforce this before the 2x6s get here. Probably be more interesting to put a time lapse on the planting of the garden. They've accomplished so much on the garden. We just had to opt for pine. They didn't have cedar. All that was $300. I hate to see what cedar was. It'll last at least 5 years. We're just gonna pin it up like that. Guys, you can do a lot with just T-posts and cattle panels, for real. They've just got this orange mesh on here to keep them from going through the cattle panel. We've got a metal strap so we can screw in on either side, and we're really just gonna do a 1 foot tall wall all the way around. But what about where we have a crack there? Well, we're gonna get another 2x6 that's a foot tall to tie those together, and we might actually tie it on the outside of this fence so it stabilizes this fence even more. Look at this, we wrapped it up. So we have a retaining wall made of gold going around there. We clean out their waters, put it on a platform. A pallet is better. We don't have a pallet, but they said they can get a pallet because the poop will fall through and any dirt. But that's good at least because we got them up away from the mulch for their scratching. They've got some logs to where you leave the logs and then you go pick them up, and then there's worms under there and the chickens can eat it. They're getting some shots putting in a garden as a family. We put mesh around their top here to keep any predators out. We have string trim. Goodness, there's compost and everything. Oh, this one is especially full. Look at that. Boom. They've string trim out there. We've planted trees. Goodness, we've mowed. We've hauled off tangled nets. I think I was standing right here. So right here. After. So Dan, cut to before, after. What? Ding, 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 ding. What's your take on all this, Nick?
This is amazing.
You know, I couldn't have done this, just Rebecca and I.
Oh, I know.
I'm glad they showed up. Right?
There's so much more than I even expected. I was maybe hoping for like the grass to get trimmed a little bit and some plants to come in.
Yeah, me too.
But I'm like, this is amazing.
What is next for your health journey?
Staying healthy.
Okay.
Keeping it away.
Okay. Have we cleared it?
I will know next month whether or not they got everything. And then it's getting to that 5-year mark.
So speak to me about that difficult subject. The GoFundMe. Did you get enough to cover your costs? Finances, how you doing?
It's helped a lot. I don't know that we've got enough to cover everything.
Yeah.
But that wasn't really the intention of it. It was more to make sure that it didn't become this huge stressful thing because, you know, we're paying for medical bills and now there's nothing left for the kids for us to do things as a family and to help the kids get through this too. So a lot of what we did with that was to make sure that there was some money to go around after the fact.
Yeah. 30,000 still the goal?
Yeah.
Would that cover it?
I think. I'm like, my insurance is doing a pretty good job of covering things, but we still have years of paying.
Years of what?
Years of paying back, but
because you have a minimum you have to pay and then the insurance covers the rest?
Yeah, my insurance, like my out-of-pocket is hit my first chemo this beginning of this year.
Oh wow.
So like basically my first treatment puts us at what we owe for the year. Okay. And then the insurance has covered everything up till now.
Wow.
This is a permanent, so you don't move it as much. You could put it out in your grass and leave the chickens in it for
Mom,
2, 3, 4 weeks.
Okay.
And then move it.
Fantastic.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
So we wanted to contribute to your GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, but instead of GoFunding you, we wanted to give it to you in person.
Hey, is it a ticket for fun?
And we're also going to promote your GoFundMe too, so that hopefully you guys will. You're going to take my water rod.
We would like to eventually get sheep again and get a milk cow, and we need to just have things be stable with Nick's health for a while before we can take that next jump. Having our sheep and having our cow was something that really made us happy, and it was something that actually, like,
The milk and the cream.
the milk and the cream and having all of that really good nutritious food from our farm was really important to us. And when we purchased this farm, we wanted to be able to make donations to our local community, to be able to help out other people that needed help that couldn't get it otherwise. And that's what we wanted to do. And then it turned out that we needed some help too.
We couldn't have done all that we did without all this help here and members.
If you don't kill the body,
We're just giving back excess. So
I'm so
that's all, the gift is on behalf of the Homestead community.
I'm so grateful for everybody like you. Oh, you guys drove up and like.
As you can imagine, it's a compelling story, and we did a Rooted show on it, and I think that Benjamin Roberts, the filmmaker for it, did a really good job of speaking to the community that is homesteading, telling that story. We have a wonderful community. Enjoy Rooted episode 6. Do stay tuned for an update on these guys. Full update, full opportunities to help them if you should feel led. It's unimaginable. All right, get to know them a little bit more. Episode 6. Back when I was hit hardest with Lyme disease, I can remember having this dream. I'm on the farm, and all of a sudden, this car pulls up, and these 4, 5, 6, I can't remember, men just get out dressed in their duds, just ready to go. Burly, strong men, and they just set to work. They don't say a thing. They just get to work. And that was it.
Okay, I'm trying to do a quick video for you guys so that you know what our situation is. It's not as bad as I think it is, I hope. I had mulched it. This is all supposed to be walkway. And I dug out the crabgrass when I put it down, but the crabgrass doesn't care. It just grew right back up. This is our garden. I have some stuff planted already, like I have onions and garlic, and I have some things planted over there. I don't know if they're gonna make it or what, but I've got 16 of these, but we've got all of our chickens in here. These are our elderberry plants that we have here. We have a chicken tractor, but because of everything going on, I had to keep them closer to the house, and we were gonna use that for our meat birds, and we don't have meat birds anymore. And then I have, over where Nick is, I have 15 blueberry plants. I've got a blackberry bush, apple trees, peach trees. Like I said, it's really stressful to think about doing it by myself and not knowing where to start. So
a lot of it stemmed from when we had kids. Our first child had a lot of allergies. And that's when we started to try to grow our own food.
And so we were trying to source the best food that we could source at the time. And that's when we realized that us growing it would be the most financially flexible way to get that food for him.
It's kind of a slippery slope. You start making your own food, and you're like, well, what happens if we were able to grow our own food? And then you realize that, it's not just hot dogs and macaroni and pizza, and there's better things you can make, and it's just this, I'd say, a world of culinary experiences.
my children and their health and trying to give them the best food we can give them has been a big, one of the biggest reasons why we continue to do this.
He's just happy to be out of the car.
He's so cute.
Oh, he put the duck down for the baby.
He put the duck down for the baby.
Well, we will wait on Rebecca, and then if you'll give us a tour and show us
I would.
what's up, what we can do.
I think I might have hit it with our lawnmower.
So
the
we'll try to
fencing that we
find
had.
that bush, the blueberry bush there.
And then we have 9
Okay.
apple trees. There
Okay.
are 3 small ones up there,
Okay.
and then these 6
Can
big
we
ones.
string trim in here?
Yeah, that would be great. 'Cause
Awesome.
we've been out here with our hori knife, just like cutting
Yeah.
a little bit as we can.
Yeah.
Um,
We got a young boy who's ready to get with it. And over here you've got some.
Nice.
What do you need on the chickens?
On the chickens, really, I need we need to put the wood chips in to
Okay.
create a carbonaceous diaper.
Oh, nice. I like
Right.
it. Okay. Well, we can look at that too. And anything else besides what I can see here?
No, I
Anything in the
think
back?
that's. Mm-mm.
We don't
Okay.
have anything in the back right now.
Yeah,
Well.
because I mean, it's been
Yes.
6 months of doctor's appointments and everything else. Like a lot of
Yeah.
stuff hasn't been. So I'm like, if I can get this nice
Okay.
and like start producing
Okay.
stuff, I will be.
It's hot.
I will be happy. It
So,
is
so
very-
tell me about that. So you all.
Coming here, we had this amazing year, and we had our farm and we had our animals, and life was picturesque. It was exactly what we had wanted and what we had been working for almost 10 years. It was very busy first week of October, and he started to not feel good. And he was working one day, and he had to step away because he was ill, and I had to reach out to his work and be like, hey, he's sick and I'm not sure what's going on. We took him to the emergency room that had the shortest wait time, and they came out to the car, and immediately upon seeing Nick, they basically told me, I don't want any of your insurance information. I don't want any of that. I'm going to take him. And they just took him in really quickly. And at that point I was like, I don't know how worried I should be about this.
It was just sort of this, your liver looks funny. We're going to admit you to the hospital.
He called me and he was like, hey, so they're admitting me.
So I'd go in for a scan, and then they'd image it, and then they're like, well, we're still not sure. And then they biopsied my liver.
And they called me and they were like, he has a mass.
And then they say, you have cancer. Like, this is cancer. But this isn't the type of cancer that's supposed to be in the liver. This is colon cancer.
After that, it was kind of like a mad rush to they were like, he needs to get his port in, he needs to start chemo, he needs to do all of these things because this cancer is a really bad cancer. And it was such a gut punch. Like, I always assumed it would be me. I always assumed it would be me. And I had a contingency plan. I was like, so if I get cancer, we're gonna do this and this and this and this. And it's gonna be what it is.
Like, once you started to get a handle on the scope of things, you started on chemo. And so a month, every 2 weeks, you'd go in. There were times when, you'd come home from that and you just crash, go to sleep 8-10 hours. And then you don't have an appetite for 2 days. What I know about the cancer that I had is, and I want to say had, because I want to say that it's gone and it's not going to come back, even though it might. I've probably had this for probably 10 years. And that just kind of floors me, because you look back at some of the family pictures, and Christina's been like, "You probably had cancer at that picture, in that photo," and we just didn't know.
So his colon tumor was far up in his colon, almost where the small intestine and the large intestine meet. So that's why he didn't have a lot of the normal symptoms that you get with colon cancer. And the mass on his liver was basically the entire left lobe of his liver was cancer at this point. And so we went to doctors here in North Carolina, and the very first doctors we went to see said basically they were going to do 4 rounds of chemo, and then they were going to put him on palliative care. We were expecting Justin and Rebecca and Jonah and baby Henry to come to the farm to help us out with some things. Creek that comes there, and that's our property line, and it comes back.
When we were in our despair, when we were in that hard time, it was huge for us that we had Ethan. And so I think we just wanted to help other people, bless other people with what we can give.
Nick and Christina know that we're coming, but we wanted to give them some surprises.
They showed up, and we were talking about stuff, and Justin makes a comment like, let me see if I can get some help. Yeah.
Okay.
Are you actually there?
I have some friends close by, and I think that we could really knock this out in a couple hours.
That would be great. I was really like, he's going to come and be like, oh my goodness.
Oh no. Well, maybe if I didn't have some friends. Okay. So, all right, what else? What about your chicken fence? You happy with that?
I need to tighten. And then we saw all these cars pulling into our driveway.
The friends are here.
Oh my God. Did you have them like on stand?
Who?
Your friends. Because they all showed up.
I got friends in all kinds of places.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Let's go. You may recognize some of them. That's me.
Oh my gosh.
Jason.
I really just expected Justin and Rebecca, and I didn't even think we were going to get through everything. I was like, we'll just get through what we get through and it'll be fine. I saw Ben and Meg from the Holler Homestead, Jason and Lorraine from Sow the Land.
She sees every car pull in, and I think she realized how much work was going to get done that day.
So we roll up, start unloading tools, and everybody grabs every single tool we brought, and we go to town. We've got people with weed eaters, clear and brush. We've got people pulling weeds.
Before I knew it, weed eaters were going, mowers, shovels, wheelbarrows.
It was just it was mayhem.
They just swarmed.
And to have all these people come in and just be like, boom, 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 we're getting all these things done. There were times where I didn't know what to do. I didn't know where to stand. I didn't know where to be because everybody was doing so many things.
We each had our own parts, the things that we were comfortable with. It was like a symphony of people just working and moving from one spot to the next.
When your spouse is ill and you are there to support him and then try to take over some of their duties in the family. It is overwhelming. I just remember like in some of our really hard times, I would be just like, if we could just somehow get some money to like pay for some of these medical bills, how that would just ease our burden so much. Lyme disease is hard, but it's not stage 4 colon cancer.
Even though, like, when I had cancer, we didn't homestead. We were living in the city, and it was hard then. So I can only imagine, being sick now with, animals to feed. So when somebody's sick, it's hard to get all that work done, let alone when you're healthy. And so I think we all could kind of relate to that.
Just hearing about another family dealing with cancer and having a homestead, I feel like that's really close to our hearts because, Jason's had cancer before, and there were so many families who came over and helped us when Jason had cancer, and it was just a wonderful opportunity to be on the other side and help another family. So we were like, yes, right away. My heart goes out to Christina because I have been on that side of the caregiver side, and there's just so many things that go on in your head of like, how am I going to make this work? How is life going to go on? How am I going to run this homestead? How am I going to feed the children and care for this person that I love so deeply, and what's going to happen? So to get to be on the other side this time was such a huge, precious gift that we could give to this family.
The everyday worry compounded with the worry of my husband and what could happen it's a lot. It's a lot. We went through three chemos here in North Carolina. And then the oncologist decided that she wasn't going to do the scan at 4 weeks. And she wasn't, that her surgeon wasn't willing to do the surgery and didn't think that he would be a good candidate for surgery and stuff. And at that point I said, okay, we need to seek a second opinion, because giving up on my husband was not an option.
Many hands make light work. And it looked like a really big job when we got there. It was amazing to see how fast stuff just started looking good. That old thinking, the barn raising mentality, is still alive and well with a lot of people.
It was a lot of work, but it didn't seem like a lot of work, because I think there were so many people there, and everyone was doing their job, and everyone was constantly working.
We were able to get all of our raised beds with fresh compost on them and get things planted in them.
The amount of work that we were able to get done was so powerful just because we all came together.
Community comes together, and not only can you get this massive amount of work done, the swarm of bees attacking and getting it done, you find fellowship, you find fulfillment.
Yeah.
So we wanted to contribute to your GoFundMe.
GoFundMe, but instead of GoFunding you, we wanted to give it to you in person.
Hey, is it a ticket for fun?
And we're also going to promote your GoFundMe too, so that hopefully you guys.
The gift is on behalf of the Homestead community.
The amount of financial worry that I had that was just so easily lifted, it was amazing. Because knowing that I can take care of a good portion of the yet to be sent medical bills is great.
But it's just flooring. It just completely floored by it.
This project that for me was daunting. It was so much for me to do by myself because I would come out a few hours every day and try to chip away at it, and it just felt like I got nowhere. It would have taken us months, and it would never have been fully completed. It would never have been what it is now. Cancer is an evil, evil thing. You gotta push through and you gotta do whatever you can do to make your time mean something.
The community mindset is if someone needs help, then we're there for you. And vice versa. When we need help, we know people will be there for us.
And when you get that, it feeds your soul and it fills your cup.
When I was in my pit of despair, I had this dream. My dream happened yesterday, but it just happened to be, I was that, me and the Hollers and the Contreras were those men in my dream so long ago. We came in there and we helped and we got the adrenaline rush, but we also healed because we saw ourselves in them.
But to have all of those people come behind you and say, you know what, we are rooting for you, we are hoping for you, we are praying for you, we are here with you. That is incredibly powerful.
It just seems like everybody went above and beyond. Like, I feel like this has given me an impression, a willingness to, you know, pay it forward and do the same thing for, you know, if I'm able to, right? As much as I possibly can. I want to give it back. I want to give it to somebody else.
So that's how we left it. Nick was in remission and seeming to recover. We were able to help them get their homestead a boost. They were getting their feet on the ground. But then his cancer resurfaced, and long story short, he ended up passing away. And you know, trying to figure out what to do with this and how we can best help them. My assistant, Heather, she said, why don't we, we can make it, why don't we put episode 6 up for free? That's what this was. And why don't we, anybody who joins Abundance Plus, let's give them 50%. So 50% of the revenue, not even profit, revenue, like half of the sale from this week, we're going to give to the McLambs. Just straight up, write a check. Also, if anybody else maybe is already an Abundance Plus member or you just want to go straight to helping them, I'm going to link their GoFundMe. Last time I checked, they're at about near the 100,000 mark, and I think they would need to go significantly over that. Not that that's going to take any of this problem away. It's not going to bring back Nick. There's a family there. It could be, money could be a little less something to worry about. You know what I mean? If we could help them with the money, it could be one less, as Forrest Gump says, one less thing to worry about. So, guys, if you feel led in your heart, Rebecca and I have given to them personally. We've gone and helped them. So they're just some people that are involved in our Homestead community, and this community has already rallied around. And if anything, this is an update video for you guys, and I would at least encourage you to check out the GoFundMe. And if you want, you can join Abundance Plus, and we're giving half of it to them. So hopefully, McLambs, if you're watching this, hopefully this can help in some little way.